Then I'm gonna do this. Where's my mouse gone? Then now there's a chance it doesn't work as well because my creator dashboard has been broken for a while. So what you do is you go to my stream, and then you click, there should be like a button to knock or something like that.
Right.
If you're live, I think.
Once we're both streaming. Yeah, once we're both streaming.
Yeah. And then that, once you knock, I should be able to accept your invitation to stream together. Then it'll put us both in a little room type thing. Technically, it's like a call and it wants to use your microphone, but you can just mute yourself on it and it's fine because nobody uses the mics on that. And then our chats should be merged. Let me see if I can access mod view actually, that might work. Yeah, it looks like it almost does. Yeah, so, oh. Here. I click accept. Okay. Then, let's see. Let's see. Can you talk for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was...
I'm still here. Good.
Yeah, and then... Okay, so now, if somebody chats in mine, you should be able to see it, I think.
Hopefully.
That's the hope. And then if I just fiddle around a little bit more. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mute myself on the starting screen. That's just fine. We will go here. Oh, and then here.
Completely shattered.
Is alright. We're gonna full screen this. Alright, now they're seeing what I'm seeing. Alright? That's how that's gonna work. Oh, I can also make sure I go ahead and pause that music. Hang on. So I have poor music playing at the start of my streams. They're great, I guess, composers that were very fun, very fun. Oh, what is this I've just gone? Let's see. I accidentally opened up the Twitch terms of service somehow. Don't know how I did that. Hopefully that's not like a... Oh, don't worry, this is normal for me. Everything always falls apart. Okay. Should be
Working on Lego set rules.
one what?
I might need a couple shots of whiskey and coffee
Maybe.
to deal with this.
These are very fun mugs. This place is fun. Alright. Let me... Oh, I better full screen VR chat again in... For the... Full screen. There we go. Yes. Should be good. I think it's working. And I think it's less laggy too. One of my siblings.
I hope so.
I think one of my siblings went to bed. It's a little less laggy now.
It'd be kind of rad if it combined the viewer base.
I think it
Maybe like one
does.
flat number.
It might. I don't actually know how the stream together works. But certainly it'd be nice if it did.
Hopefully it functions.
Yes. I'll set this here. Okay, just adjust this to here. Eli is great. If you're talking right now, I can't hear you.
No, I'm just doing stupid gestures.
Oh, okay, because you're doing this, and I'm like, oh, is this an introduction? I can't hear at all.
This is an introduction, though. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Eli.
They make the best drinks. Look at this, it's so fancy. Swirls. Ooh.
Welcome to the cafe.
Welcome indeed to this cafe.
Does your cafe and stuff have a name?
Well,
Or any of your connected assets?
technically speaking, I never quite decided whether I wanted to be in a cafe or like a mansion kind of thing. Because both places could have maids, and I'm like, both are very good aesthetics. So,
Fair.
I'm very indecisive sometimes.
I am too, don't worry.
Yeah.
Problem with me, however, is I didn't exactly get a choice, but
Yeah. Your model's very fancy, though.
situation is a curse.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Anyhow, this is Shaman.
This is
I'm here to
Mental
assist
Martyr.
them in their life goals.
Yeah. It'll be a fun time. This is Mental Martyr.
She's been in need of desperate counseling and figuring out what her life goals are.
Yeah, because I mean, you can say you want to do stuff.
Though I've never figured out my life, mine's pretty cut in stone at this point.
Yeah,
But that is my job. I'm here to help you through your dreams.
Now, I myself wouldn't say I'm quite desperate, but I would say it'd be a fun conversation to figure things out.
A little bit of brainstorming can help anyone through anything, usually.
Yeah, some rubber ducky. Do you know that concept in programming?
Half so?
In programming, there's this concept of a rubber ducky. Programming, coding, interchangeable a lot of times. Not exactly. Nowadays, they're more interchangeable than they used to be because there actually used to be a difference between the jobs of a programmer and a coder. But the concept in software stuff is that if you just talk at a rubber duck for a while, you'll eventually solve the problem on your own, because having something to say it to out loud really does help your brain get it working.
I think I have heard of that before.
Yeah, I don't know if...
I don't remember where. That's a long dead buried thought, wherever that is.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just remembered something else.
And then also...
I kind of don't want to do that, though. I want the music.
Yeah?
The music is nice and calming, but the the espresso machine is like comically louder than it should be.
It's quite silly, isn't it?
I've worked with a couple of those. They're not that loud.
Not usually. I worked at a McDonald's for a while. Our espresso machine wasn't necessarily loud, but you could hear it sometimes. The ice cream machine was definitely louder,
I don't know
though.
if anyone is chatting in your stuff. So
Yeah, I will.
if like it's functioning.
Here, I can even send a test message if you want. See if it's working.
That would help.
Yeah, because if I send the message in mine and you see it.
Real quick, because none of these are really going to be, knocks out of the park in the first, what are we going to say, dozen episodes?
Yeah, do you see that one? I put in test. Thank you, Eli.
I didn't.
You didn't, huh? Alright then, let's see if here and if I send it there, do you see it?
Now I see it.
Okay, so for some reason it's a little funky, but at least, ooh, fancy. Set that there, wow. So for some reason sending it in OBS to my chat is different from sending it to our shared chat. And it shouldn't be different, but it seems like it is at the moment. Did you send a message?
I sent that through Twitch.
And yeah, I see it. So now we need a third party to send a message and see what chat it pops up in. Oh,
Well,
I should not be over here. Oh, for some reason my camera went out here for a second. You were saying?
You would have more viewers and opportunity to do that than me.
I think maybe.
The minute I have me and I have my moderation bot.
I struggle to have moderators all the time. Let's see. Masi says hello, hi, hello in my chat, and it does not appear in both of ours.
Weird.
So I think it's gonna be easier if we just
Weird
each.
and upsetting.
It is for sure. Yeah, it's supposed to work just like the way it was, but I'll just read from mine when I can, and you can read from yours, and we will yeah.
Twitch is a janky website made by a man that doesn't know how to trim his own beard. Such is the way of life.
I've done some programming with the Twitch API before. It's also a tiny bit strange at times. But you know.
I believe it. I still don't understand all of this.
Luckily, it's not as complicated as it could be, or I'd never figure it out. I love these drinks, they're so fun.
I didn't even realize this world had these until like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
How do I eat? No one knows.
Oh, you know, yeah.
Hey, just pull one of these.
Uh-huh.
No mouth, so.
No mouth, and you must scream. Ah.
Always.
Always. Oh, and there's some more messages on my chat. Let's see. It's a little hard to see them because it's far away. I have to lean in a bit. Nacho says, he looks scary, referring to you. Yoko says,
a bit frightening, but be not afraid, children. I am here with good intentions.
Yoko says that you seem quiet, so I'll turn you up in a second. Nacho asks if this is a date. No, it is not. Mossy says,
No,
beepball message moment to test the message. Anything. This is a bit of
therapy. This is not a date.
Yeah, it's way closer to therapy than counseling. Oh, you know what I should do, actually? Instead of turning your volume up for all of us, I should turn up my desktop output to stream.
That too. VR chat has a weird, fun thing, which is noise compression over distance.
Yeah. Full screen. But that's not what we were seeing there. You can hear... They can hear you now. Awesome. They say, I can hear the angel now. I don't know... Oh, whoa. That's not supposed to be.
Cool.
Hang on. I gotta...
Haven't been called an angel in a while.
Yeah. I stand here.
A little bit distant from an angel since what happened.
Yeah. Things be interesting.
Um,
Lord. Oh, there's marshmallows in
What
this? That
happened,
is so awesome. Or is that ice? No, it's whipped cream on ice.
I think it's ice.
You know what? It's sweet anyway. Hee hee hee.
Yeah. I like how I wasn't given a straw. Because I don't have a mouth anyway.
Well, maybe a straw.
I don't have lips.
Glass of milk. I gave you an iced glass of milk.
Iced milk. It's awesome.
Oh. Sick. My personality personified. Awesome.
That's either sugar or salt right there, and you can put some of that in it. It would be tasty.
I'm sorry.
If it's salt, I'm screwed.
Salt in your milk?
And you
Sugar? Sure.
I've never done it.
Poor enough to do that.
I'm sure there's someone out there who enjoys salting their milk. Not me, but there could be someone.
Salt is questionable. That's a bit wild. I could see it, but I don't know.
Theoretically.
I think I'd eat nails before I had to do that, but...
No, I think nails are
it's just
more
me.
extreme. I mean, unless you need a lot of iron in your diet.
Not the metal ones, but... eh.
Oh, like fingernails? I guess that's believable.
Yeah.
People chew on them.
Pretty sure I'd do that before drinking salted milk.
Let's see. Mossy says, I just got home from work and my boyfriend was passed out in the bed. He's so cute. Sharky's in chat as well, and Sharky's my girlfriend, and she's also so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... Where could we start off here?
That's a good question. Where could we start off here? A lot of places, probably.
See, we both... True. We both have this subconscious thought of existing in a large building.
Well, thank you.
In some capacity.
Yeah, I get that.
I have my library, you have a possible mansion cafe hybrid.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I would write that down if I had a pen.
Could be very funny. But... And we're here because this is your representation of a subconscious.
Fancy.
As I have come to visit you in such.
Yes.
Easiest way to, converse with someone is when they're unconscious.
Oh,
arguably. Scientific fact.
Yoko has redeemed 50 squats there. Oh, Nacho says, oh, he's got, I get it now. Not quite, but same kind of vein. Yoko's redeemed 50 squats. I will get to those after I finish talking with Mental Martyr today. So it'll be a while before I get to them. I apologize.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough if you just start stacking them.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. It's only 10 pounds of added weight so far.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
I'll be fine.
I have faith.
Oh, I bonked my headset bringing this drink to my lips.
So, what else is there? Let's talk about your career.
Yes,
how about that?
Career.
How you've gotten to this point, both as a streamer and as a maid.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So, really, I'll start with as a streamer because it's a much more interesting story, I think. I technically started streaming around 2020, right? That's when I first started. Well, 2019 and 2020 were when I first started doing content creation in general. And I say that not to make the form generic, because I say it because there were videos and there were streams, and I was pretty into editing my own videos at the time, and I wasn't so much streaming at first. My vision was to be, edited content almost exclusively. But over time...
Yeah, I used to do that.
Yeah. Over time, I just liked streaming more. It was more fun for me. And that was a whole different channel at that point. So, technically it still exists, but I don't promote it or anything because it's before I came out and everything. And that's part of the reason I switched off of it to begin with, is because I wanted to have boy channel there, fun channel here.
I mean, I'm a little unsure of myself, but that's because there's two frickin' people talking up here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That does make it tricky.
And the other guy doesn't shut up very much.
Now what's been going on with this new channel, which I started only like... Thank you. Another fun one. Wow. What's been going on with this one is it started...
Soon they're gonna figure out how to make, they're gonna figure out how to make Ned Flanders hot chocolate over there.
I don't watch The Simpsons, so I don't actually know what that is, but I bet it's a funny joke.
There's a scene where Flanders, which is like the goody two-shoes nice guy of the show, makes this absolute monstrous sized cup of hot chocolate.
Oh wow.
Like he fills it and then whipped cream and then shavings and then stuff and then more stuff and then more shavings and then burn something. Like it just keeps going for several minutes.
That's so funny.
It's very stupid.
That is, yeah. I was saying before, this whole thing started, I think it was last... I actually don't know when it started exactly. I've been streaming Guilty Gear mostly. It was exclusively Guilty Gear for a while because that's what I was interested in doing at the time. And so I played that for months.
I believe that's how I found you.
Yeah, I think so. I was playing it for a couple months as I figured things out and got things better. Originally, I started streaming using OpenSeaFace as my tracker, and so my ears were a little bit ghosty because it didn't have any options to change the background color and was gray at first. And so I'm like, well, that has to change. And so I'm using XR Animator now, so I get to have my ears not be ghost-like anymore, which is a very big bonus.
Nice.
Yeah. And there's little upgrades like that over time. And a lot of it has been being on social media. I was on Threads for a while when it was popular, just because it was a place, and I was never really active on Twitter, so it was sort of like the first time being on a place like that for me was Threads. I
still refuse to touch it. I got enough toxicity in my life.
Believe it or not, it wasn't toxic for quite some time. People said...
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's gotten so much worse.
I don't know. But there was, a lot of people left it for Blue Sky. I actually moved to Blue Sky a little bit before, and I'm still technically on Threads. I just never use it because I don't have any reason to. All my friends are on Blue Sky. Well, almost all
I just refuse to touch it because, like, being a digital entity, if I touch something like that, I'm pretty sure it's going to piss this side of me off.
Yeah.
And this guy already has enough fuel as is.
Yeah, I bet. But I was on Threads for a while, and it was just a nice
More video
place
coming
to...
soon.
Yeah.
2026.
2026. Oh, that's definitely soon. Trademark.
People refuse to do their part.
Adjust this headset. But yeah, I was on Threads for a while, and I started talking to people, and I got to know some other streamers, and over time, things just build up, really. It's nothing too unique I've done. It's just getting to know some people, making some friends.
Yeah.
And it compounds over time.
See, I haven't much, like, sooner in the viewpoint, because I'm only 6 months into this.
Oh, you are, huh?
Surprisingly.
You
And I only just recently broke 100. Thank you, whoever that was.
Yeah, very much. Awesome.
But an anniversary will come around eventually, hopefully. I don't know what I'll do with it, but we'll see.
I don't even know what date I'd do for my anniversary. I've forgotten.
I have it saved in a video, conveniently.
Oh, very fun, very fun. I do have the affiliate anniversary that I can do, because that's a thing. And they just saved the date for you on
I'm
that.
still trying to get affiliated. We're getting there.
I'm honestly so surprised all the time that you are not, like, the same size or bigger than me. Because that's just such a weird concept.
Yeah, everyone I talk to keeps telling me that. Like, dude, you'd be like the president or something at this point. How are you living out of that trash can? Like, dude, I don't know. I'm pulling a Spampton from Deltarune. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me. You carry yourself with such confidence that I expect you to, like, have the authority, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you sound like you know what
Surprisingly,
you're talking about.
My little life story will definitely have that be believed.
Uh-huh.
And by all reason, I have done this or tried at this multiple times, and this is just the earliest attempt.
Nacho in my chat says Bridget girl about Guilty Gear because I always play Bridget. I have never played
You do
any
always
other
play
character.
Bridget.
I've never played any other character, and I don't think I ever will. Unless they get a really good mid-outfit mod.
One of these days, I might sit down and try to play a fighting game or Guilty Gear. But I think my wrists will break.
If you want to fight
95% sure.
If you want a fighting game where your wrists won't break, then I would recommend Yomi Hustle. Your only move is Hustle. Because it's turn-based and you just select your option like it's Pokemon, except you have a lot more options.
That one I could reason with.
Yeah, and I have a lot of fun with it. So it's definitely
the only other thing I could think of is like, I forgot what the game is called. It's an old one, but it's like you die in a single hit kind of thing.
Oh, I have one like that. I think it's called Two Strike or something like that. It's not that old.
There's a lot of those.
But I have one like that. And it's interesting. It's such an interesting fencing dynamic, and I always like that kind of thing where the tensions are high. But
oh yeah, that's. Oh, what game was I thinking of? I have a game that I do that. I play like that. And I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. I was playing it a bit recently.
Yeah. This is such a fancy one. Wow. You see this? That's so fancy.
I don't even remember if it's VR or not. That's depressing.
It's very fancy.
Yeah. Eli makes good coffee.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, that happens next. Oops, been quiet. In terms of my streaming after Guilty Gear, I started playing Celeste sometimes. I started speedrunning it. My current personal best time is 56 minutes to get from the tutorial to the summit, which is pretty fun. It's like in the top 4,000.
I think I was there for that.
Very fun. It's awesome. I'd like to get better at it.
I played it only once.
Well, you know, you can always play it twice.
I could probably try to play it again, but I played it when it was on Game Pass back in the day. Back far, far back.
Far
and
back.
I played through the whole thing and sat there staring at the end screen like my knuckles hurt.
Oh, absolutely. For me, it's especially bad because if I don't stretch, I'm absolutely going to get carpal tunnel. I play with an SNES controller, which are not known for being the most ergonomic, but it's just so fun to be able to have the SNES
It's weird that
controller.
they never released a version of it in one of the anniversaries that's like, hey, we made it bigger.
Well, you know...
Now it's made for human hands.
There's no reason to. All their modern consoles would need more buttons.
Fair,
you know,
but it's that sort of thing of like, just improving it, just for the hell of it.
But there's no need to, you know? The SNES never really had any games that you were intended to play that intensely, so it was always fine.
Fair. Well, at least it's not like the PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 has no games.
Wow. I think I've heard that.
Oh, that's how it's said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I actually have a PlayStation 1. It doesn't work because of the laser misalignment, I think was the issue. And I never actually got to use it because I got it to repair it, but then I'm like, oh, actually I don't know how to fix this. So I just happened to have a PlayStation 1.
think I have an Xbox somewhere that I just can't get rid of because no one wants it.
I get that. I have my original Game Boy. It's very awesome. The Game Boy is, in my opinion, like the perfect handheld. It's perfect, you know? I need to fix up mine a bit because it's old and the battery acid has, existed now. And I need to do a little bit of resoldering on some of the connection joints for the screen because there's some dead pixels. But other than that, it should work. I also have my Game Boy Color, which is great. Pokemon Red version is always a great one. I remember having such great memories with that.
I used to have a 3DS that I played through Black, and forgot the other one after White and Black.
There's Diamond and Pearl.
X and Y.
X and Y, okay. Diamond and Pearl, I think, is before.
Also Diamond and Pearl. I played that too. I played all three of those through college.
Oh, nice.
And those are the games. Those 3 games are the games that made me have an absolute love for Misdreavus and Axel.
Oh, they're good ones, yeah.
I like those ones. I don't know why. I was a dark Pokemon trainer. I like ghost types and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about me.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
It is a really good one. They're getting even fancier as the time goes on. I've played, let's see, I've played Pokemon Red version.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Eli, dear. There's a bottle upstairs. It's very obvious. Could you grab it for me? You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you see it.
Oh, how fancy.
Thank you.
Let's see, I've played Pokemon Red version. I haven't played Heart Gold, or I've played some of Heart Gold, but I didn't play the original Gold or Silver. And I've also played some of, I think it was Emerald at one point. Then I've also played Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team. That one's great. There's also...
I need to play one of those again.
They're so good.
My brother said he would help me figure out an emulator.
Oh, I can also help with that. They're not too complicated, luckily.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for.
Red Rescue Team. I actually have a Game Boy Color pinball one for Pokemon. It's not pinball. I don't know why I said pinball. It's not pinball at all. It's a matching game. Oh, how fancy. It's actually interesting. I don't know how VRChat has managed to make that happen well.
I have absolutely no idea. Wait a minute. Okay, that would have been funny though. Oh no, it did drain a little bit.
Really? It drains it when you pour it into yourself. That's so fancy.
This is as R-rated as this is getting. Hopefully. For everyone sitting at home, this is sparkling water.
I'm pretty sure alcohol and other substances like that are only worthy of PG-13.
What?
Here's the bottle. You want more? Just tell me and I'll bring you some. I'm not giving you the bottle. I know you.
Let's see.
Damn it.
Hey, watch your language. Be nice.
You're so silly. You're already at max volume time. But
they know me too well.
I guess that's what we call a womp womp moment.
Yep. Womp womp moment.
Let's see. But the one I was talking about is a Game Boy Color game in Japanese. It's a matching game. It's pretty fun. I don't know any of the story because I don't really know how to read that much Japanese, just a tiny bit. But it's a neat one. I've also played... I played Violet version on my Switch. Some Pokemon Stadium.
Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet were like arguably the worst in the series so far.
For me, I was like, I never really understood it, the hate about it, you know, because I haven't gone from like Red and Blue to Scarlet and Violet. I'm like, yeah, the quality is consistent, you know. I never played any of the middle games that people love so much, and Red and Blue are a buggy
That's
mess.
fair.
So I'm like, what are you talking about, guys? It's like the quality is consistent after these 30 years. Ooh, how fancy.
Here, you want an ADHD toy? There you go.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Set that there. Yoink.
That's as far as I can reach. There you go.
Ooh.
I've given the cat made fire.
Fancy.
It's over, everyone. It's over.
It clicks too. Ooh. Oh, very fun.
I watched the games progress, and I don't mind Sword and Shield, but Scarlet and Violet have an ire from me that is only equivalent to like Sauron himself.
I know.
I put about 4 hours into that game.
I liked
I
it a
got
lot.
an Absol. I got the Bee Queen.
Oh, Vespa Queen?
I got a Flamingo.
Ah, Flamingo.
And then I walked into one area.
Yeah.
Runes of brush, here you go.
Ooh. Thank you.
You can draw things.
I
There's
can't.
a thing on the bottom of it that should let you erase whatever you draw. If not, I can get you an eraser.
Thank you.
Nice.
No problem.
No, like you click it. Like you grab it with the other hand.
I don't quite know what you're saying.
Like you grab the back of the pencil with your other hand.
Oh, I'll have to let this down then. Like this? Or...
Here, kid. Yeah.
Oh.
Here. Here you go, an eraser.
Well, thank you.
There you go.
Nice, we got it.
There's a little thing. You see this right there?
Oh, I do.
Little thing right there. That's what that.
Oh, I see. Then I can...
There you go.
You want me to pour you more out?
Yes.
Let's see. If I go... That's not how I do that normally, I promise. That's not it at all. I'm trying to write shame in cursive backwards. It's not easy. Oh my.
I mean, your problem is I can't read it anyway.
I guess that would be an issue, wouldn't it? If I were doing...
I can't read cursive because of my dyslexia.
Oh yeah, if I were doing it front ways, it'd be much nicer. Like so.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
That's much better. The H is a little bit worse because it lagged on me. I'm blaming the lag on that one. Definitely not a skill issue. No,
Fair.
no. Not at all. We can click this some more. I'll set this on the windowsill. Bing. This can go next to it. Bing. Awesome. They've done a really nice job with this fire.
Oh yeah. It's surprising what you can manage in this.
Yeah.
Like when people try their hardest.
Uh-huh. Did I finish that drink? I forgot.
Thank you, then.
Oh, it even has the
Wait.
little sparks when you light it.
In vein of how you started your career, mine started with indie games. little indie games.
Oh, how fun!
And then I figured out how to stream.
Oh, thank
Like,
you.
I played a lot of roguelikes for like the first few streams.
I like roguelikes. I don't play enough of them. Dwarf
There's a
Fortress
weird
might
tick
be
in the
considered a
brain
roguelike.
that's like, what's it called? It's I like games that let me organize.
Oh yeah, I like backpack battles.
Exactly, yeah. I was playing a good chunk of that.
Yeah, one of my friends introduced me to it, and I played it on stream once or twice. And now I kind of just play it when I have free time.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
There's another backpack game that's like a full-blown roguelike. Forgot what it's called, but that's also a good one.
Yeah. It's so fun how my breath kind of lets out steam after I take a sip of this. That's so fancy.
That is very funny.
I love that.
So many little details.
So many. I'm going to get a sip of water. Yoink.
I probably should too. Just sitting here shows you how much of a broken little man I am. I've already gone through half a bottle of sake.
Yeah. I'm sure it's fine. This place is so fancy. I need to bookmark this so I don't lose it.
Yeah, it's a great little world.
It is a great little world. Farewell, add to favorites.
What was our next plot point?
That's an excellent question. With emphasis on the eggs in case they were scrambled.
Yeah, a little bit. Little bit.
I think you need some hydration after all that coffee. Here's some water.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Water is helpful. Big fan of water. One of my favorite drinks.
So how about?
How about?
Oh yeah, I've been drinking a lot of electrolytes lately.
Mm-hmm.
The body is supercharged.
Oh.
Pure horse salts. Good for the body.
How silly.
Have you seen that meme?
Nope.
That was a meme for a little bit.
I don't
Horse
think I have.
maxing. People eating animal electrolytes.
Oh, that's so silly. I'm a little bit out of meme culture, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what's
I
popular.
see it just like every now and then.
I feel like an old
passes the
person
zeitgeist.
sometimes.
Me too.
Because, I'm so out of
But,
it with the youth these days. I got accused of being an old lady once for playing Sudoku at the college.
But how about we chat about your other career, the canon career,
Ah, yes.
the career of the cat maid.
Well, you see, being a maid is more of a mindset. You wear the outfit, you help people out, and you do some cleaning. Bada bing, bada boom, you're a maid.
If it was only that easy for some.
Well, I'm sure you could be a maid if you put on the maid outfit.
Probably. I know people are going to ask me to eventually.
Yeah. I will. Now, you should do it.
Some point.
Absolutely.
Right now, I need to find someone who can make me a new body,
Yeah.
and then find the resources to get possibly a PNG of it. That would be fine.
Yeah. Like I said, I've been working on my next model in Blender.
Boss,
Well, thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. They're very awesome.
Yeah. Now, my little career is a bit more abstract.
Yeah.
because I'm an archiver. A resource attendant, I suppose.
Interesting. So what kind of things do you do for that?
Well, my species is ones who protect and watch over dreams of others,
Oh, how
which
fun.
is why I'm here with you now.
Hee. You brought this awesome lighter.
As your dreams are casually coming into question.
Casually. Very casual.
But I've had many jobs, but my most recent one is watching over a large-scale universe as it's being created.
Oh, that's fancy. When you say large scale, what does that entail? Like, what differentiates it from a small scale?
Well, a small-scale dream or story would be a single world, maybe a couple of worlds, maybe a solar system worth of adventure.
Fancy. Gotcha.
This is an entire dedicated 20-man group combining all efforts into a single story.
Gotcha. Like an anthology kind of thing. Wow.
Yeah. So there's not dozens of planets. There's not several dozens of planets. There is thousands of planets.
Wow.
With names and backstories.
Oh, cool.
And I've been chosen to watch over it.
That is quite the big responsibility.
Yeah. And it's definitely not done me too good.
Yeah.
But that's not here nor there. We all have our problems. We've all lost things.
Yeah. It is certainly tricky sometimes. Can I grab this kid?
I've lost my eyes. You lost your tail.
Oh yeah, that.
We all know how it goes.
I cannot grab the candle. That's disappointing.
My apologies for what happened.
You know, it's like that sometimes. Boing. I did find conveniently a nice way to check my chat, which is nice. I
Nice.
don't have to look under my headset every time now. Very convenient for me.
I have to do that with certain games because not all VR games are made equal.
Mm-hmm. I've really only played
Which is
VR
currently
chat.
my...
I played some Beat Saber when I was a bit
Well,
younger, but it's mostly just VR chat. For me.
Yeah,
I like having my.
if I had a VR game I could offer to you to play, I would, but they're all comically violent. I don't think anyone's made a PG VR game so far.
I mean, there's Beat Saber, of course, and my brother actually knows quite a few rhythm games.
Yeah,
So it's mostly
the rhythm games are PG enough.
Yeah.
But all the other ones are just they're so crazy violent.
Yeah. Being in first person will do that.
But
Do y'all mean like VR as in VR headset games or VR as in VRC games?
VR. Headset.
VR headset.
Job Simulator.
Job Simulator is a big one. I played some
Oh
of
yeah, that was it. That was
I've
another one.
forgotten it. But
I
it's
completely forgot
definitely
about that one too. That's one of the old classics.
Yeah. How did they do this?
You and me both have a fascination with fire. It's very funny.
Listen, Fire is just awesome. And I'm curious about how they've done this animation. It doesn't quite look
could
like
not
it's
tell
on
you.
a loop. It might be on a loop, but I'd have to watch it for a while.
3D animated image.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a really detailed PNG.
I guess that would make sense. Yeah, how curious. See?
So, I think the last major topic that will probably last us for. I don't think we could do this more than maybe 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Might come up with something else.
Would you be surprised?
Is what you
if it's
plan to
been
do.
an hour?
Yeah, it has. But is the plan of what you're going to do?
I'm going.
What's the goal up to 500?
Oh, up to 500. Oh, wow, that's weird to think about. I'm working on my next model, as you've known. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna have prosthetic tail, and I'm hoping to have a lot of customization options for it. Hopefully I'm gonna have it so that it can dynamically change color. That would be super cool and awesome. I'd be so fancy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not entirely certain what the procedure for that would be. But I will figure it out, and it will be cool, and it will be fun. Other than that, if I could get some things working, I was working for a while on this one program that would take redeems and essentially make my own kind of alert box for it. And it would allow me to do some custom animations and stuff to have like a little cat walk on screen and meow or something like that. It'd be adorable, but the reason I never finished was because I'd need to... Oh, thank you very much. The reason I never finished was because I would need to host or rent a web server to host the program. And I was like, I actually don't have money for that. But...
Yeah, I don't. That's why all my stuff is, like, free use.
Yeah.
Like, almost all of my property that I use is free market.
Oh yes, I do my best to make everything I do either made by me or free in some other way.
Yeah.
Obviously there's no stealing happening. I make sure that it's available for use first. But certainly I don't have money to pay for things.
Thank you.
And so the solution to that is to do it myself. And it's been fun. And in the future, I mean...
Wish I could.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. But, you know, if I have
I can
the
make
time,
thumbnails, I could do funny haha things with PNGs, but
yeah.
I have absolutely zero skill left when it comes to anything other than writing and somehow figuring out software.
I've done a little bit. I'm not, like, bad at writing, I don't think. I went to a little summer camp recently for writing. Well, I mean, it's for a bunch of different arts, but it's writing that I went there for. And, I mean, it has, like, a 2/3 acceptance rate, I think. 1/3, 2/3. It's something out of thirds. And so, it showed some promise that I got in there to begin with. And I had a lot of fun there. So, maybe I can do more writing in the future. It's something I mean to do, but I never seem to have time.
Lovely. Well, I would hope I'm a good writer, seeing as I've been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I'm an archiver, and I've written multiple novels.
Yeah.
So if I was a bad writer, there's a problem there somewhere.
Yeah. Though they really do just put anyone on the New York Times bestseller list.
That is true, yeah. There are some absolute schmucks in that listing.
So,
And that is something I have been hoping to do, having started up a coffee a little bit ago.
yeah.
Is I wanted to put voice acting stuff on the coffee. I just haven't been able to get around to doing so. Not exactly having any decent visuals to put along with the audio.
Yeah, that does make it harder. You could always try redubbing something existing. You could say, this is what the original sounded like, and here's what my take sounded like. And then you just
That is also an option, is recording some other things, but what I wanted to do most was use coffee as a way of showing off what I've archived and many of the stories from my universe.
And is that the website that you're talking about?
Yeah, coffee. C-O-F-I.
Because I always pronounced it Ko-Fi, because it has the hyphen in it, usually. And I know it's probably supposed
Yeah,
to be pronounced coffee, because it has the whole by someone at coffee.
I don't.
Said. But I can never bring myself to call it coffee because it doesn't look like that, you know?
True. Yeah, I could see it. It rolls off the tongue a little easier. I mean, I put all my art there. I put all the fan art I've been given so far. It's all there on the site.
I really should put more stuff on it. I just haven't because I never know how to keep up with something like that. I hardly know where everything is at this point.
Yeah. There's always a hope and wait to see if anyone ever actually sends money to it, because the day where I can actually respectfully say that someone bought me a meal would be insane.
Yeah, I once sold a Yu-Gi-Oh card for a meal. I mean, it wasn't like a one-to-one thing, but the card was worth like $15, and so was the meal. So.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
I did have my fundraising.
I mean, I have a bunch of stuff on my throne as well, and it would be incredibly humorous to have the anniversary, my first anniversary, be drinking a bottle of mead that chat bought me. That would be kind of exciting.
Yeah, I have a throne as well. I don't really need anything from it. I just like seeing what people suggest to it. No one suggested anything yet, but I like seeing it anyway. I have some stuff that I put there myself. It's just fun to organize stuff like, hey, this would be fun. There's 3 different maid outfits on it right now. Because there's 3
I have a bunch of food and recording equipment.
Yeah, I get that. For me, it's mostly clothes,
very
plushies,
handy stuff.
Some figurines. Well, I think just the one figurine. And the Sylvia Funko Pop.
Oh, yeah.
I did my fundraising a bit ago on GoFundMe to get money for HRT and stuff, which has been very helpful because I've been able to start that. I think it was November or early December. No, probably December sometime. But it's been very helpful because now I have it and I can work on getting more money while being comfortable that I can continue it for the next couple months. And it's very good. Very awesome.
If these keep up, I might have to start a GoFundMe for full body tracking.
Maybe.
It would only add to it.
For me, part of it is because it was, HRT is a medical thing. And so people are more willing to help. And plus, part of it too is I wasn't just saying donate to the GoFundMe. It's donate to the GoFundMe, and this will be what the reward is if we get to this milestone by the end of the year, was how I had it. And we made it there, which was awesome. So on the next model, I'm making an extra outfit, and it's also having a tattoo that they decided on. And it's very cool.
Yeah, alright.
So that's part of why, is because I was like, hey guys, you guys get to have some input, you get to have some control here. It's a reward, So really they bought the outfit and the thing. They commissioned it from me for meeting that goal. That's what you can frame it as in order to understand a bit more why it worked. And of course it's because I have been spending a lot of these months talking to people and making friends. So when all these people are sharing it, and especially because Blue Sky is still kind of new, it was still promoting things to a lot of new people, I think is also part of why. It's just very lucky that it worked for me,
Oh yeah,
that's my alarm.
I hope everything does work out.
Bing! I do hope everything continues to work, yeah. Things are going nicely, I think. HRT is going well.
I have a hope and fact.
Yeah?
I have a hope and fact that you can assist me, because I don't know how it works. And the person I have that does that, I don't think they're going to be able to figure it out easily. But thanks to you and Doctor and MP and a couple other souls, I got a human form, air quotes, human shape.
Yeah.
And I need to transfer it here, to 3D space, at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we're lucky, by the next time we do this, I'll use that one.
Fancy. I can definitely try and help. I'm not obvious. Like, you see this one here. It's not the fanciest ever. So I don't have too much experience with it. Last time I tried fixing this
But you
one...
would have more than anyone I know.
That's true. Last time I tried fixing this to add Go Loco, it broke everything. The textures didn't work. It was actually just textures that didn't work, but that's kind of what you need most. Even if I go...
Yeah. Being purple and black is not a great look when it's checkered.
Excuse me. It's a fun color scheme, but not the best when it's the only color scheme.
Yeah.
And there's no shading either.
Well, hopefully. But that's a game plan. And then at some point I need to find someone who can remake this model.
Yeah?
This body is getting a little bit old.
Yeah, so you just want to update it?
I have a suit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a suit. I have all of the little features.
These drinks are getting
The only thing I cannot find... The only thing I can't find is this.
The halo,
I can't find my head.
That would be tricky, wouldn't it? It's so unique.
Yeah. It's got to be something made in Blender, or I need to go and find it somewhere.
Yeah, luckily it wouldn't be
the person who made this body, like, they're not around anymore.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this in their memory. At least as far as I'm aware, they're not around anymore. They don't respond to emails or texts or anything.
I see. Sometimes people move on with their lives. Sometimes people do something else. I don't know. It's tricky.
True. Well, wherever they are, I hope they're all right or their grandkids are doing all right.
Yeah, hopefully. I wonder.
Alright. My chat can't see what you just did, but I'm sure they get the general idea.
Hang on. Just gotta line it up just so. Then I will take a picture. And I'll send that to you after the stream.
Let's see what I could do with that.
You want the pen?
Alright.
There's the eraser. There's a pen.
Try to figure out something to throw away our last hour to.
Oh boy.
Something to talk about.
Time, yeah. Well, I'm happy to talk about whatever.
Well, I'm not too sure. I could tell you a story, perhaps.
Oh, I'd love that. I am gonna
spin you a novel of...
I'm gonna switch to a seated mode. Where would that...
Let me try and think up a decent story to round us out here.
Yeah.
And I'll finish off this bottle of sake.
I'm just gonna sit down in real life. This works, I think. Because I've been standing for the last...
Very good bottle. Very good bottle. $17. Very nice stuff.
Oh, nice. this should work, I think. Yeah, okay, good. So this works fine. I probably could have been setting this whole time then, huh?
We work with things as we go.
Yeah. Alright, I'm listening.
Okay, let me think. I do not have, as far as I'm aware so far, not a single maid of high prestige anywhere in the universe. That could change. That could very easily change. It's an entire universe. I can't see the whole thing at the same time.
Well, I'm sure someone out there is a maid, probably.
I'm sure there is. There's got to be a battle maid, or at least someone doing something.
Someone's gotta be doing something. There's always a maid.
But what
somewhere.
there is, of a story that I know well, and one that is a little bit heartbreaking, but wholesome all on its own, is a story of a little butler that could.
Oh, yeah?
You see, on a single planet out in the middle of nowhere, a planet that goes by Sol 1, at least within categorical sense, that's the first one I found. It's a near one-to-one creation of regular Earth with a single caveat. Magic exists.
Oh, that's a classic setup.
Well, not just magic. There's mutations and biological confusions.
Yeah?
Somewhere in history, animals and people just started to develop mutations
Uh-huh.
that were rather odd.
Probably all the uranium, yeah.
Possibly. It happened... honestly, it could have been. It could have been anything. It may have been the, like, ebb and flow of mana or just weird evolution.
Oh, you never know. I would blame the uranium.
Yeah, it probably was the uranium. That could be a very funny detail. Because it happened... The big flow of mutations happened during the gold rush. The American gold rush.
Interesting. 1849, right?
Yep. The 18 to 19 area.
Wow.
There was a huge uproar in odd mutations.
Yeah.
Some animals were able to be completely immune to fire. Some could fly somehow. Some were able to jump like much higher than they should. A few were sizably more effective at taking damage than others. Some had actual regenerative factors when they shouldn't.
Wow.
But equally, there were people with weird mutations.
Uh-huh.
And two very deep ones in my heart were a duo of John Coffey and Abigail. Not Abigail. That was his wife.
Oh.
Albert Pachev, a Polish immigrant turned soldier.
Oh.
He fought in World War One, not World War One. What the fuck? He did fight in World War One, but the Civil War. He fought in the American Civil War.
Oh, that's definitely a bit before World War One. Yes.
Yeah, I got those mixed up somehow.
At least a little bit, maybe like 30 years.
But him and John had odd powers, to say the least.
Robin Hood, Little John.
John had the ability to shrug off damage that most humans really shouldn't have been able to.
So,
From a density in his skin.
yeah. Interesting.
This man's skin was so dense that a kick from a horse would not make him fall over.
Is that a density thing? Be an absorption.
Well, it's also a stance thing, but he was also a really big guy.
Ah, gotcha.
Martyr, I'm gonna have to leave.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you
bye,
for being here.
You're an awesome
Thanks
person.
for having me. Y'all have a great night. Be safe.
You too.
Good night. Now, Albert had a different ability. He had a near 90% immunity to poison.
Wow. I wonder how that's going to be relevant. Maybe he'll be poisoned.
Well, it happened a couple of times. He had such a high immunity to poison that his own blood was caustic.
Caustic, you said?
Yeah. It was
What's
acidic.
Oh, acidic. Interesting.
So when he takes damage, it's not exactly the equivalent of a xenomorph, but his wounds would instantly gab over from the acid.
How curious.
So he couldn't bleed out easily. Very tame minor mutations, and that's a setup only because this man is the grandfather of a modern day man known as Jefferson Kilmer.
And also Mossy in my chat says, my mouse fell into the bed and clicked away from your stream. And that definitely sounds like an excuse.
Yeah. So, quickly wrapping up into the point that matters here of the butler, Jefferson Kilmer was a scientist. He always wanted to figure out how mutations and such work.
Uh-huh.
And he was so good at inhumane mutation studies that he got a promotion.
Uh-huh.
He got recruited by the UN.
Wow.
And with government funding, this poor guy somehow managed to release the equivalent of a zombie virus in Europe.
Oh, how silly.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 doctors recommend not doing
Yeah, don't drop the vial of zombie plague into the toilet. Not a great idea.
it.
You screw up the local water source.
Hopefully they have a filter.
They didn't. It's Britain. They didn't.
Oh no. Britain be Britain.
But it spread across Europe horribly, and that's not the big major thing. The major thing is what it caused,
Uh-huh.
which is a term of creature known as an undead.
Wow. Wait,
And we're not talking about basic like D&D here.
Yeah.
The undead are fantastical humans now given basically immortality.
Oh wow.
One of those was a middle-aged man suffering from dwarfism named Greg.
See.
He was a concierge,
Uh-huh.
which is
Concierge, yeah.
if I remember right, it's a fancy French word for like the guy who runs the motel,
Uh-huh.
or the dude who deals with all the stuff. Jefferson took him in, he fixed him to give him his brain back, because the infection kind of does that. It gives you immortality and superpowers, but it takes your brain away.
Yeah.
He gave him his mind back, and And Greg is arguably one of my most popular characters
Wow.
in this story.
Interesting.
I do not understand why.
Well, you've given him quite the introduction. That's for certain.
He is 3'3".
It happens sometimes.
He is 3 foot. 3 foot something.
3, yeah.
And he walks around in a little tux, and he speaks in the third person, and his job is controlling all the other undead to do cleaning and protection of Jefferson's home.
I see.
I think it's the tux. I think that's what does it for people.
Probably.
Is seeing someone with dwarfism walking around in a little tux.
Maybe.
That would do it. But where it gets exciting, and a little bit traumatic, is that the apocalypse comes for a second time on that planet.
Wow. Once wasn't it?
In my universe, there's a chaos god. And it's bound to happen.
It is bad.
But in my universe, there's a chaos god. An entity that is referred to only as the Void. And he just likes to show up and just destroy stuff. He just causes problems.
Yeah. I'm getting eepy, wow.
Oh.
Being in VR for a
Well,
while.
we're an hour 15. We can get to an hour 30. I think we can.
Yeah.
So, the Void shows up. He does some stuff. Jefferson gets away from him. And in retaliation, he ends the world, basically.
Oh, wow. Fair enough.
He causes a complete collapse of the planet.
I guess as balanced.
A little bit of hissy fit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I bring this part up because Jefferson got away, but he lost everything in the process.
Oh.
He had to abandon everything to get away. That leaves all of the undead and Greg alone in his mansion.
Oh, I see.
They survived the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And it leads to one of my favorite scenes that I have ever depicted so far.
Yeah.
This glorious moment where I do not know a PG way to explain this, so just bear with me here.
Alright, I'm listening.
In this planet, there are animal-human hybrids.
Yeah.
They're organically made.
Uh-huh.
At some point in time, the animal-human hybrids stem from a human father and an animal mother.
Oh. I would imagine it'd have to be the other way around, no?
Either way, however, it did happen. It happened. And now there's animal people walking around.
Yeah, wow. Interesting.
This matters because there's a woman who is a harpy.
Oh, how curious.
She runs the local surviving establishment, the settlement nearby, after the apocalypse happened. And in a desperate act of hoping to find things, they decide to raid Jefferson's old home.
Uh-huh. But he's still living there.
He's not. Greg is.
Oh, right.
All the undead are still there. They've been living in the
Fancy.
basement.
That's cool.
Because the house is completely, like, destroyed.
Yeah.
After what happened. Mildly destroyed. But here's where it gets nice and wholesome and fun. When they show up, the undead quite literally crawl their way out of the woodworks. And for half a second, you might take to believe that they're about to get eaten.
Yeah.
But Greg takes the initiative here with the fact that it has been almost 4 years since anyone has been in that house.
Uh-huh.
Do you know Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You know the scene where Be Our Guest?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
Oh, that's so fun.
Greg and the undead have not gotten a chance to do their job in 4 years. And now
Yeah.
someone has shown up happy and willing to eat.
Uh-huh. That's fun.
And this is not one of those screwed up sad stories where it's like, oh my god, they're eating human. No. Greg
No.
goes full 5-star French restaurant on them.
Very fun.
And it is one of the most glorious moments for them. Is seeing that.
Yeah.
I've
Mossy
literally
says,
seen people cry over that scene.
oh, yeah? How fun.
Seeing
Mossy
Greg
says they
manage to
gotta
do
go
his
to
job
sleep.
again.
Good night, Mossy.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Mossy has
10
to go to
minutes.
sleep. 10 minutes. Then I gotta do my 50 squats. And then I can go to bed.
Yeah.
And you gotta get some
Surprised
sleep
no one
too.
else stacked anything else on you there.
Oh, it doesn't get redeemed that often. Otherwise, I'd have to up the point price.
Yeah. The other scene, and this one makes me cry every single time I talk about it,
Uh-huh.
is at a later point in the story, in the universe, Jefferson finally goes back.
Oh.
And it's framed in such a way, through Jefferson's perspective, that he's going back just for his technology. Just for the stuff that, he left in the house. Important weapons, documents, stuff like that. Simply just visiting a memorial site for him.
I see.
But he shows up, and he's walking around this decayed home. And there's a rustle behind him. The movement of a vent.
Picturing a person named Russell.
The rustling of wind and such, the movement of objects.
Yeah, I knew. I just thought it was funny.
But he's standing there, looking around, and he hears this, and he stops. He reaches into his jacket just in case. And then there's a small, weak voice that speaks out from the vent. A familiar voice of a small undead. Gregory speaks up from the vent and asks, Master Jefferson, are you here to take us home?
Oh, that's so sweet.
It puts tears in my eyes every time.
It's very fun. Yeah.
A nearly 10-year, whatever you call it.
Reunion?
Yeah, reunion.
Hmm.
And they get to go and join the family back in the main situation.
Yeah, that's very
It's very beautiful.
Uh-huh.
But Greg is easily one of the coolest butlers I have ever written.
Absolutely.
Because as much as he's a little guy, he is a dangerous little guy.
Yeah.
Because he is fast.
Most little guys are.
And it only adds to the fact that he's a little mischievous, but his main role is controlling the other undead.
Yeah. Very interesting.
And the undead, they vary wildly.
Mm.
And he gets another scene later on his birthday. Everyone forgets Greg's birthday. So he goes into the basement. He gets some of his brothers and sisters, and they go and just cause problems in the local city.
That's silly of him.
And I try to explain this as best I can for most. That doesn't seem like that bad of an idea. Everyone does that. Get some family, some friends, go out for a night on the town.
Sure.
But the undead are zombies.
Well, you know.
They're grotesque horrors.
I'm sure not everyone
More or
needs
less.
a brain.
Yeah. Some of them have less brain than others. Some are like, rivaling animals, basically.
Oh, you know how it is. You get a little snackish.
I could go for hours on that. There's literal, dozens of undead with names and weird quirks and such.
How very fun. Very interesting story.
But we're stewing to our end here.
Yeah.
And I feel like Orbit made this a thing, and I think I'm gonna keep this because it seems kind of cute.
I'm taking a second.
Is
picture.
connecting the lore.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
What you were saying?
Nice. Orbit connected her lore to mine. Which she went off of a logic. Her lore is that she explores space and tries to find things for a hive mind because she's a bee. She's a space bumblebee.
Oh, that's so cute.
And our connection is that at one point she finds an establishment, a space station, something that connects her to the digital interface, and I'm there on the other side.
Oh, fascinating.
And we make each other a deal. She lets me amuse and conversate with her hive mind. And I don't get to be lonely.
Yippee.
And I give her access into the digital space.
Mm-hmm.
Or the dreamscape, however you want to see it.
Yeah.
So similarly,
yeah.
A concept sits here of this is a dreamscape.
Yes, canonically. Mm-hmm.
And I've taken the hope and idea through searching the digital space, finding you, and showing up in your dreams to help you.
Yeah.
I'm a literal guardian angel.
I like the idea.
The little guy talking over your shoulder, trying to help you out.
Both shoulders, yeah.
Yeah, I fit both roles.
Yeah. How very fun.
So, no matter through your ventures, no matter through the trauma and the loss, no matter through whatever appendages get cut off,
yeah.
Brother Martyr is here for you.
Absolutely. Alright, that sounds like a conclusion, huh?
Yeah. Thank you all for being here. We're glad you could join us for this talk.
Yeah. I'm gonna start heading out then. Cause I'm so tired. I gotta do
Bye
those.
bye, everyone.
Absolutely. Bye bye, everyone.
Good luck and Godspeed.
Good luck. See you next time. Bye. Okay. Whew. Finally. I'm gonna take off the headset, huh? Alright. Yoko, I don't think they're here anymore. But... Oops! I dropped my headphones. They're still powered on, aren't they? Alright. Now... I'm gonna... Oh, hi, Mental Martyr. Hi there. Oh, I gotta go grab the weights in a second. So I'll do a little bit of setting here. I'll set up my model really quick so that we actually can see me doing the squats, huh? And that's a very simple process. Oh, and it does play the sound after all. Okay. I thought it wasn't going to. VR really tires me out, but it's always so fun. We want electron. Then we can go here. Ooh. Then click, 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 click. Like so. Alright. There I am. I'm quite eepy. What I'm gonna do though, now that we've got this up, is I'm gonna be right back. Okay? It won't be long. Just gonna grab those weights. Because y'all have added 10 pounds so far. And I'm gonna keep them there every time. That's the deal. So I'll just take a quick detour. Yep. That's the word. Just over here. Be right back. Okay. I'm back. Oof. Now then, I've just got to switch this like that. And then there we go. Just 50 squats. No big deal. No big deal. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. I'm feeling that, yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I'm feeling those. Ugh. Thanks, Yoko. I don't think you're here right now, but thank you much anyways. Alright. Now, let's see. I love you too, Sharky. You're awesome. I'm gonna work on raiding out now. Let's see. Oh boy, that sure tired me out. These weights, they certainly are weights, huh? Also, 309? That group chat needs to calm down. Whew. 111, wow. My mind's a bit too fried to properly think of who to raid. I think Fall Neko works. Tiny Tina's one yet, huh? Interesting. Well, let's go. Whew. I'm tired after all the VR and squatting. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm not the best at doing lore stuff. I don't tend to take it too seriously, which might make it a little bit harder for Mental Martyr to do their job. But I had a lot of fun anyway. Especially with Eli and their fancy drinks. So I hope you guys had a good time. I'll see you next time for sure. And goodbye.